So a term that you hear a lot in the real estate business is about representation. And I think there's a misconception of what that means. Really what we're doing, what a good realtor is doing on your behalf is communicating for you. They are communicating to other realtors that may be representing a seller or representing a buyer. And it's not necessarily only around the negotiation piece, it's also about the process. We're navigating people through a very stressful, emotional process. And we are the front person for that client. And it's not really, would you say it's not really about like sitting down and necessarily negotiating across a table?
Right, it's more about answering inquiries. Whenever there's a question, is that broker available to speak with other agents, to speak with potential buyers or sellers on that property?
As an example, this is a very fast market. So you'll have a home that comes on the market and a lot of activity that comes in on it. And then we may have a potential buyer for that home and we are specifically needing to know the seller's timeline, anything that would be helpful in negotiating and representing the buyer's best interest. And so we may reach out to that realtor. What a lot of times people don't know is that they're not responding.
Right, and in that case, they're not communicating what would be the best terms and potentially price for that client.
And that may ultimately have been a perfect match between the seller and the buyer, but there's been no communication. So that is representation. And then it's also, of course, navigating through the process, the inspection process, the appraisal process, what to ask for, what not to ask for. So there's a lot of intricacies and pieces that have to be worked through in every transaction. But ultimately, when they talk about representation, it's really about effective communication.